Well, good morning, everybody. I wanted to talk very briefly this morning. This is the English guy in Mexico about saving water. I do the washing up maybe. I live here on my own. Maybe once every 3 days. The water gets collected. I use a tiny bit of Savlon just to cut any grease, and that water is never ever goes down the sink. All of that water is collected both here and in the bathroom in bowls. That then comes straight outside onto the vegetable garden. Oh dear, I never buy any seeds or any plants or anything. Basically what I do is I just collect tomatoes, broken peppers, any that are a little bit dodgy, I let them grow but obviously don't eat them. This one here is an old jar of salsa that went a little bit rotten, so all I did is I spread it in the soil, and I'm pretty sure we'll get quite a bit of stuff out of that. As I say, it's all the water from the kitchen goes in here. This is the mini vegetable garden. I've had to put a cover on because the birds keep coming in. So all I do is say I've got a rotten tomato in there, I crunch it up in the blender, and then we just spread it on the soil. See here, an animal's had a go at that. That's the only reason I've not pulled that one. So that one I'll cut out and put it in the blender, mix it up, and I just spread it on the soil. All the water from the kitchen and the bathroom comes out here. The washing machine, I've actually got an automatic washing machine in the house, but it's a bit pointless if you're trying to save water because it all goes into the water main drain, which goes into a septic. So I went down to the shop, bought this old top loader. Don't use any detergent in this one. I just use cold water. There's no hot water at all on the premises, and I've worked out that my actual water consumption is down to about 1 meter per month, 1 cubic meter per month, which is great, because what I then can do, I can use the spare water that I'm not using. Here in Mexico you get a bill because you're connected, and if you don't use the water they keep it. So I went down, I said, exactly how much is it? They said, well, you get about 10 meters. I said, but I'm only using 1. So what I do is I put a bit of manure from the fields. I go out from the animals, collect some manure in buckets, put it in here, and I fill this up every single day. So this is all the water I've not used in the house. Flush the toilet once a day, first thing in the morning. Obviously when you get out of bed you think, oh, I need to go to the toilet, and then all the rest of the day I spend out here. All the urine goes into specific areas. I'll talk about all these later, and it is working. These are my outdoor toilets where I rot out the tree stumps, and it does work. They go into the bales of straw that I've made a little straw garden. All the urine goes in there, that breaks your straw down, and it goes into these tree stumps, and that actually breaks your tree stumps down. So been here 2 years, we're slowly getting to grips. This is actually what you call semi-desert. If you go beyond my property line, which is, it's quite a long way in the distance there, but up near those houses, the ground is absolutely terrible. I mean, nobody grows anything here. My animals are, luckily, they're fertilising what little land I've let them use. They're all the way down in that corner at the moment. I think I can see them. I keep an eye on them. Obviously if I think there's not enough grass for them, then I go and get them some straw bales. Otherwise I just use those for the straw bale garden, which I'll talk about later. But once you're outside of this area, this is about 2 acres. There's 1 acre in this, and I've got 1 acre down in that corner, but I've got another 8 acres beyond that wall, and it is dreadful. It is rock hard, solid calcite. Nothing really grows there apart from some kind of thin grass that grows in huge tufts and fall over. Nothing wants to eat it. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about the water. I only use, as I say, between 1 with the washing machine, 1 flush of the toilet, and maybe 2 bowls of water in the house, maybe 1 for washing your hands and maybe the dishes. I'm using about 1 to 2 cubic meters. That leaves me 8 spare on my water bill. which I then pump into the big metal containers that I collect. Just let the manure break down a little bit, and then that gets pumped out. I've got two 40-meter hoses which I pump out onto the ground, and it is slowly working. In fact, we've actually just got some oats coming up this morning, I notice. This is all the water that I put on here last night, so it's still a little bit dark because the sun hasn't quite beaten it all off yet. I think we're up to about 30 degrees already outside, which is oh dear, it's only the middle of February and we're up to 30 degrees out here. It's a little bit cooler in the shade there. I've got a thermometer, it's 24. I've just checked it at midday in the shade, 30 outside. Anyway, thank you very much for listening. I'll talk some more about some of the other plans I've got later on. Thank you.